Hi, I'm Jesse Wilkins with South Dakota DENR, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about shipping your water samples to the State Health Lab in Pierre using the Courier Service. This information is on page 15 of your field manual. The most important consideration when shipping your samples is to make sure that the bottles stay cold. And so we want to keep them below 4 degrees Celsius for their entire journey to the health lab. So to accomplish that, we would cover the samples in loose ice. And what I mean by loose ice is that we would take the ice out of the bag that it came in, break it up, and put it into the cooler. That way, as much ice as possible is in contact with the bottles. That keeps them much colder. If you leave the ice in the bag that it came in, your samples will not be below 4 degrees Celsius, and they will probably not be used then, and your effort will be wasted. The next thing to think about is our data sheets. And we want to make sure that every bottle that's indicated on our data sheets is included in the cooler. If there are any discrepancies between your data sheets and the bottles that are in the cooler, we'll get a call at DENR, or you'll get a call at your organization, and you'll have to sort that out. So to make sure that our data sheets get to the health lab and stay dry, what we do is we tape a Ziploc bag to the inside of the cooler lid. Then we simply put our data sheets into the bag and seal it shut. If your cooler has a drain plug, make sure that it's closed so the water doesn't leak out all over the courier's vehicle. The next step then is to just tape our cooler closed. I found that this way works very easy. Is to just do one wrap around each end of the cooler. And you do the same thing on this side. It's also important to label your cooler. You put the SD State Health Lab mailing address in the center, and this address is available on page 15 of your field manual. If this label's on here, that way the courier knows to pick your cooler up. And we also include the return address so that they know where to send the cooler back to, or if there's any issues, who to call. And so we also include a phone number. And one thing that the health lab does is when they're analyzing your samples, they will fill your cooler up with empty bottles and ship it back to you. So make sure that that return address is on there. There are two different ways to have the courier service pick your sample up and transport it to the health lab. The first is to use one of their predefined pickup locations, and these are also on page 15 of your field manual. And they're mostly located at hospitals around eastern South Dakota. And there's a time that they stop and pick those up, so you'd want to drop your samples off before they pick them up. That's probably the easiest way. But if you're in a remote location and don't think that you can make it to the pickup location in time, you can also call the Courier Service, which is run by a company called Same Day Express, early in the morning and schedule a pickup with them. Their phone number is 605-366-3299. And if you call them early in the morning, that gives them time to coordinate and pick up your sample. And they can pick up a sample just about anywhere in South Dakota. That's about all that there is to shipping your samples to the health lab. Thanks for watching. My name's Jesse Wilkins with South Dakota DENR.
Yeah, that one sounded better.
Yeah, I think I got that one. I watch him and I feel like such a dork.